was not the cruelty that they were voting for.
That's my argument, though, is that they can hold their nose and
Yeah, like Destiny literally got fame off of like dunking on right-wingers and being like the most fucking offensive person ever. And Kyla is like, stop being yourself, stop being yourself, stop being yourself. Wah.
vote for him, and while they're holding their nose, there's a whole bunch of other people who love the smell of the pig. Like, that's the problem, is he's able to capture both. But that's because on the right they'll hold their nose, and then on the left will go, oh no, we're above that, and then they're just like, I just bounce.
No,
I have a feeling. I have a feeling.
Like we did, like, oh, Biden, he's not wanting to kill all the Israelis. We're not going to vote for him. That's why they didn't vote, right? It's not because of like, oh, we're being too mean to Republicans, right?
Dude, can Wick just like shut up for just like, oh my god, you know that meme with like Mr. Invincible? He's like, shut up. Please shut up. Oh my god, that's just me with Wick,
That
dude.
is because we.
No, I'm not implying that Biden left because of edgy jokes or anything. I'm just saying that, or I don't know if that was the implication. I'm just saying that this type of like hyper fascination with if we're being too mean or not is a conversation that only happens on the left.
Hyper fascination. It's not a hyper fascination, at least not of mine. I'm not super.
Okay,
Okay,
anyway,
I still can't enunciate your position or articulate your position. Whatever
Just
your position is,
completely
nobody on the right
worthless.
cares about it or talks about it. And they seem to be doing really well politically. So I just don't know why we would have a whatever adjective you would use to describe it about it.
Is it that we barely lost, or we lost by a landslide? Which is it?
I would say
because I feel the left is saying.
In some ways, I would say we lost by a landslide. In some way, it depends on who I'm talking to.
Interesting. Okay, my argument is that edgy jokes can sometimes be politically ineffective. I think the two examples of the fireman shooting and the dead kids joke recently are evidences of political inefficacy. I think it has closed Stephen out from opportunities that he would otherwise.
Is this a personal conversation about me, or is it about edgy jokes in general? I don't know what we're talking about, or is it not even about edgy jokes?
I literally said.
Wait, if this is just conversation about me, then the answer is I don't want to appeal to those people. I've said that for like over a year. I have no desire to appeal to those people anymore.
Sure, and I'm saying that they could damage relationships with certain people.
I'm okay with people whose relationships I'm damaging. I'm okay with that. If they're going to make absolutely disgusting jokes, okay, that's fine.
Super disappointing because I think if you got a chance to talk to most moderates,
that's
you'd
fine.
be effective.
I'm totally
more effective.
That's okay. I like to do what I like to do, though. That's okay. So have to,
Okay.
If that's the whole,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to read some of my super chats, especially for the ones who's given me like $100 and shit. And then I don't know what we're going to do. We might go to closings. I don't know. We'll find out how I feel. Pondering Politics for $100 says, I'm 24 minutes behind. But doesn't the GOP also try to brand itself as...
Hey, yo, dude, fucking Josiah still watching Destiny? I thought, like, he completely burned the bridge with him. Interesting. Okay. Dude, I really hope we get Josiah back, dude. I really like that guy. Who the fuck is giving Wick that much money? Dude, whatever Wick is getting, you guys need to give me more. Give me 5 times more of that, okay? Alright. Who the fuck is it? Dude, I don't know. People think like Wick is creating good content by getting all of these people on board, right? But the thing is that he's been nothing but like a fucking leech by taking advantage of other like really good content creators, and all he does is organizing work, and he's like getting this fucking super chats. It's so retarded, dude. But yeah.
a morally superior party.
But
the
he
party
himself
of
is
Christ
not
and
talented.
Christian values, family values, law and order, free speech, freedom and liberty, real America. Why imply
He's
that
not
only
even
Dems
he's
claim
not even
moral
good.
superiority?
He's not
Dang.
even good. Like,
the answer is because
moderator.
I think like the
He
Dems
isn't.
the Dems claim
just
moral
a fact.
superiority on the things that we actually care about, right? We don't care about like all this religious bullshit, right? Which is why we don't appeal to it.
Yeah, sure,
If
you
we
can
think
like
that we're
Wick
like
because he
better on
provides
treating people
content,
kinder, we
but,
care about the vulnerable populations, like we have all these care principles and values, then if we fail to live up to those care principles and values,
Oh
like
my
for example,
God.
being bad faith and not interacting with each other well in the way that Soypill did with Tally, or he's kind of doing with me, I think that shows, for example, a question of like, do you actually believe in these principles? And what I'm saying is that somehow the left, despite being better at policy, Joe Biden's presidency was excellent, and besides being, I would argue, more morally upright, objectively, not a single left pundit has been charged with lying knowingly to the public. Despite all of that, people find the left so repugnant that they're voting for Trump instead. And I think that that's a shame. And in fact, other people are just not voting at all. And I think that that's a shame. And I think we need to fix it. And I think that this is one of the small ways that we can improve.
Okay, $100 from Alex.
You know what the equivalent of this is? It's like the equivalent of telling Ukrainians to stop being racist to Russians. 100%. 100%. I think this is what's going on. Okay. The correct one is like you're telling Ukrainians who are like fucking in arms and like right before a battle and they're about to like go in and actually kill a bunch of Russian soldiers. You're like, okay, guys, but can we just please like not be racist to the Russians? Please. Can you just please, like, not be racist? Can you just please not be racist to the Russians? Dude! Dude, that is the perfect analogy, dude. It's like the perfect analogy. Wick is the one coming in telling Ukrainian soldiers, guys, can't we just, like, be a little nice to Russians?
Alexander Wynn to say absolutely nothing at all. I love those super chats. Those are the best. $50 from Dr. Adam to say, I'm a centrist who loves etchy jokes. Who cares? Rich pricks hoard gold like.
Yeah, literally, some fucking, literally some Lex Freeman shit. It's like, here we are joined together in peace and love. I'm joined together today with my good friend, Lucifer. Here we are going to talk about the many ways that we can torture people. We have bonded over our shared love of quantum physics and evil. Thank you guys for listening to my podcast. Thank you, Lex.
Goblins, weepy women flood kitchens, minorities churn flowing garbage like Puerto Rico's mess, kids sink in Texas floods, lie scrim, fate smote them for their parents' sins. Thank you for the $50. 20 euros from Mary Mead Park to say it's good that Destiny isn't friendly towards a right-wing YouTuber. Streamers don't have to be bureaucratic. They're not politicians, and Destiny's right. It's not effective to collab and boost views. A bad influencer.
Okay, the platforming argument, really? Is that what we want today? Good job, guys.
$20, you can say whatever you like. $10 from Optimizing You to say dark humor and edgy jokes work when people think deep down that you're not evil or heartless. The problem with Destiny's jokes are when he defends them. He refuses to show that he has a heart. $10 from Audacity.
Are we in a Disney movie? Like, what's going on here? Are we like in some kind of Disney movie or?
What is weird about tech bros shifting to the right, specifically MAGA? Oh no, wow, I can't believe social awkward tech bros rebelled against the caring class of HR aristocracy. No way. $10 from the Trib One to say the test is uneven. We need education and expert opinion to prevail. To me, the lack of that voice is where MAGA wins. Do you guys think experts would care enough to push aside the way Elon did? $10 from Dr. Adam again to say shaming works on individual stuff, identity, fat, or slut choices, but not collectives. That's why folks dig deeper into ideological crap, never changing. Reality bites. $10 more from Pottering Politics to say Trump went scorched earth on his base in a big way in the past 24 hours. Epstein. Okay. Long-term effects to his coalition, TBD. 200, whatever those are. Sex. I don't know what they're. Anyway.
Shaming probably works on a collective level, just mainly because you can appeal to more audience members that way, and people can think that you're a cool person, and you can feel like you're morally justified in something. I don't fucking know, dude. But like in terms of interpersonal, yeah, it is better to just be nice to someone and treat them like a human being. No shit, okay? Like if I was like interpersonally, like, and you guys will never see this because obviously right now I'm in public, I'm talking to you guys, right? This is technically to a collective, right? But like interpersonally, if I ever had to deal with like a fucking, I don't know, lefty Republican person, yeah, I'll be pretty fucking like nice, right? As much as I can be, right? I'm not gonna start shouting them down like worm slayers or some shit, right?
Erlander is a clear example of how democratic stability and social responsibility can counter the rise of totalitarian and populist forces. His pragmatic, humble, principled approach made his legacy. $20 from Lawson Harrison to say, how do you get a nud pregnant? $20 from Tanner Maxwell to say Utah Senator Mike Lee says it's a nightmare on Wall Street in the response to MAGA sycophant is psych assassinating Minnesota lawmakers.
$50. Yeah, exactly. And this is why I don't like. Do you guys notice how like I'm not actually like this to my landlord? Like fuck it, I think my landlord is a perfect example. I'm not like actually like being. First of all, not only would I get evicted, okay, but second of all, when I actually do talk about politics, like yeah, I do try to act casual and nice about it. And he has said like, oh yeah, you do tend to be like the one liberal that is not constantly like fucking triggered all the time, you know. So yeah.
Crazy tweet.
And it is, and I think they're going to suffer for that.
Yeah, they will. I'm praying one day it's coming.
Yeah, hold on.
Let's see how Donnie Trump slips out of this one.
No, I got
Let's
to
just
get
Moloch. You're right, guys. Let's just Moloch game our way all the way to hell. That's going to be so much better for the democracy.
I actually think it's way better to talk about how much more moral our messaging is while 65 million Americans are being shoved into alligator Alcatraz. I think.
Okay, I know that like Not So Erudite is like trying to appeal sexually right now, but can I just say, like, in my opinion, doing this like little skimpy look is, in my opinion, very unattractive. Okay, you know, this sounds like completely out of pocket, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Okay, I think that the more skimpy you dress up as, the more, in my opinion, it comes off as desperate, right? Desperate to be young again, desperate to be hot again, desperate to whatever. I think a more sexy look is, or a more attractive look is when you look, how do you put it? Like you try to look a little bit more regal, dignified. You're accepting the way that you look right now. You're not really forcing like a kind of younger look. I don't know, dude. It's just that it's better to accept things with dignity and grace rather than try to fight this hard against like your aging, right? Like,
It's a way better thing.
Hold on, that's going to hurt them. They're
Well,
setting
no,
up to get.
you should just.
Who the fuck is standing on the immigrants? Like,
she's trying
what the
way
fuck
too
are you
hard,
even
dude.
talking about right now?
100%.
I'm talking about the
You
prisons
should
that all
talk
of
about
MAGA
how
are
moral-
clapping their
It's
hands
really
about. Like,
fucking bad, Steven. And I think
bad
you're
for them?
nerfing
Oh, is that
yourself on
hurting
being
them?
more effective. Yeah,
Yes.
it's really bad. Wait, no,
Okay.
it's not hurting Republicans because most Republicans don't give a fuck about immigrants. It's fucking horrible, and you have nerfed yourself out of all of those spaces, so you don't get to go in there and push back on it. So now other people
True,
have
because
to.
me going in and gently saying, like, don't you think calling it alligator Alcatraz is like
did I
kind
ever
of
say
bad?
gently say?
And you're like, and they're like, well,
said
you
you were
know,
great
and,
in
you
my
know, I
ring.
think that it's probably, you know, maybe not the best
No,
word, but
this
it's kind of
is
epic and
complimentary.
hilarious.
Disagree, okay? Maybe just because I'm not into like the mommy type, but like no, I greatly disagree. I think that she literally cannot be. I would rather get with the dude than get with her. Okay.
Yes.
That I've said.
It's kind
I've
of
never
epic
for
and
a second
hilarious.
said don't be edgy and don't be harsh and don't be mean. I said have to fucking talk to them. You can't nerf yourself out of relationship entirely. My criticism of Soy Pill is separate, which is why it's getting confused, but I've made it clear multiple times that my issue with you is scorched earthing yourself out of these
Yes,
types
we've
of
heard
conversations.
scorched earth like 4 million
Or
times,
edgy
but the
jokes.
problem is the
Make it
entire Republican
Yeah.
Party has been on perma-scorched earth for 12 years.
Isn't
Isn't
and
that
have had
crazy?
the most political
that I've said
power
scorched
to show
earth
for
multiple
it?
times,
Like,
but you still
like,
can't seem to understand my position. So which is it exactly? Have I said it too often, or do you still not know what my
I don't think
position
she
is?
is
the fact that
aware
it's
of
vague,
it.
and it seems
No,
like
I
you
think
keep
she's
jumping between
aware.
multiple things. It's
I
hard to
acknowledge
know.
that it was vague right from the beginning, but just because a concept is vague does not mean that it is poignant or that we can't recognize when something is happening.
You're like a Mott in a Bailey because you don't know where one starts and one ends. It's both.
Is this the what is a woman
No, I'm just
conversation?
like,
Dude, okay, that was a good joke. Okay, fuck it. You're like a Mott and a Bailey. Yeah, no, it's yeah, that's funny.
fine.
Well, what is a woman is kind of abstract and
No,
hard to
that's funny.
define.
No,
and
that's
I do like
funny.
it.
Four-dimensional
No,
Mott
that's
Bailey.
funny.
Oh no.
Actually, meanness is XY chromosomes. And it's like, it's not. And you're like, well, what is it? And I'm like, well, it's something a little bit more ambiguous that's harder to put your finger on. That's what we're doing right now.
Well, let me say
Okay,
this
what
then,
we're
Kyler.
doing right
The
now-
point is-
Wait,
the
hold
point
on.
is because it's ambiguous. Wait, no, I really want to say this right now. Okay, look,
Look,
because
please.
it's ambiguous. No, Wick, please. Because it's ambiguous, we should spend little to no energy worrying about whether or not this is the one thing that's going to set people off,
yeah.
and instead put that energy into
We're not
mobilizing our base in the
asking-
modern.
Wait, hold on. Have I
Only
ever
Yeah, but like people theorized, and I think this might be the real reason. Being meaner cost their podcast like a Tectone and an Asmongold appearance, so that's probably why she's actually salty. Okay. Behind every moral reason, there's a financial reason. Just remember that.
focus on this.
Hold on. Have I ever DM'd either of you about this? Have I ever wasted any of your
Yeah.
time? Or is it the fact that Wick put a panel together that I came to talk about this?
Hold on, wait.
Do you
Just
think
because
I'm
wait.
wasting a
Was
lot
the
of energy
question
on
was
this?
wait. Was the question was
Oh yeah, pro tip, okay? If you create a podcast and start like a streaming career, maybe don't do it with one of the most vitriolic people on the internet unless you actually know that he's gonna make the most vitriolic statements. Thank you so much. Okay.
have we ever spent time asking if the left are losing the optics war? Was that the question? Because I feel like the answer is a resounding yes. I feel like that's like
That
one of the
wasn't
things
the
we talk
question.
about more than anything else.
That wasn't the question.
I'm pretty sure we've had an exact panel on like tweets. I think we had these exact panels on my firefighter tweets with Wick. I think like 6 months or a year ago.
It wasn't a panel.
And
I was
how about this?
sort of
That's
talking
wait.
about it.
Did I
Let's build a
message
bridge.
you about
Let's build a
any
bridge.
of
Let's
this?
build a bridge.
Problem.
Build a bridge. Wick, let's build a bridge. Let's never talk about this again once we hang up. Okay?
Of course not. Of course, we're going to keep talking about it because it continues to be a problem. It's getting worse.
Mhm.
And that continues
It keeps making money.
you to contribute to the rise of MAGA and the rise of Trump. Because we are failing to provide an actual alternative to the
it's just the lack of examples. It's the equivalent of somebody coming together and be like, I have this hypothesis that actually being tall is a detriment to being really good in the NBA, and we should draft a whole team of 5'6" kings, and maybe they can do even better, even though all the NBA guys are really tall. Maybe that's actually hurting them in the game. Who knows?
That's crazy. That's crazy because I'm pretty sure there's an entire like field of psychology that talks about how shame is completely ineffective, both at a micro level and at a macro level. There's plenty of studies that I'm happy to show you about how ineffective shame is. What I'm talking about here is that we should
just
probably
to be
reduce
clear,
these
that's
types of things.
absolutely not true. You know that shame is an incredibly powerful shape for human behavior. Like, does all shame work all the time? No. When you're talking about stuff like about being fat, these are literally behaviors that are hard to change because the actual
It's
effect
also
of them
not
isn't
super effective with policy, typically.
it depends exactly on what you're talking.
Wait, how do you know that's not the case? How do you know? Dude, wait, she just like spewed that out there out of nowhere. How do you, wait, what? How do you know that shame isn't like a part of like policy? Fuck me, dude.
About it depends on what you're talking about.
You can't shame 51% of the population. You can't do it. They won't move.
This is so stupid.
Their in-group
Can't
is
shame
too
Steven
strong.
out of his cool jokes, I guess.
True.
Okay.
You're bold.
I'm gonna
I mean,
hold on. What we're
listen,
gonna do right now is finish my fucking super chats because I gotta make money. And gang, we are almost gonna break my record again. So if you want to keep giving,
Oh my god, guys, here, donate to me instead, okay? Guys, if you guys want to see more amazing anti-Wick content, okay? If you guys hate Wick as much as I do, all right? If you hate the fact that all of these people are being too nice, okay, to one another, or trying to advocate for niceness a little bit too much, okay? You know where to donate. I won't have to tell you twice, okay? You guys know exactly what you must do. Thank you.
money, I think I need a little, like $150
I will
more
tell you
dollars.
guys.
Give that money to me because I'd like to break the record and save from insanity. Okay, $50 from Grassroots Hegemon to say, I know for me, I voted Democrat only because of Trump. In
Can you
any other
shame Wick,
circumstance.
please? Wick, you fucking piece of shit. You fucking filthy, disease-ridden filth, okay? You absolute fucking disgusting, fucking putrid creature of the night, okay? You fucking worthless maggot, you worm. There you go.
You lost your absolute ass in this election. I'm fine with seeing you lose it again. Suits me. Emotionally challenged will always lose 100% of the time. Thank you.
Tell him to give another $100 and ask him to say what he would do that we need to win him over, and we'll say it right now.
True.
Okay, you know what? Go for it, Grassroots Hegemon. Prove them foolish and ask them the question. Landon Stewart for $10. Why are they these supposed moderates calling all the cruelty on the right based and funny? They aren't. Do they really care? Does it really exclude them? How do we know?
A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Hey, Rick, thank you so much for a $10 fucking on the super sticker. It is a pear, okay, with a fucking headband, all right? Looks like he's been exercising. Look at him. Look at him go. I hope he loses several pounds. Going, thank you, and bowing down, okay? Very, very nice. Very cute. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rick.
That when even Asmund says like black fatigue. $10 from Eternal.
Did he really
Consumer.
say that? Did Asmund say black
have no
fatigue?
idea.
Because that's probably one of the most racist, like recent right-wing memes that I've ever heard of. And apparently there's some sort of like level of edginess that will push him and his audience away, which is ridiculous.
If Asmund Gold wants to come and talk about it, he's welcome to. I just don't know. I don't really watch his content. $10 from Eternal Kasuma to say, if these kids died in the Rio from the barbed wire, Trump and conservatives would have been like, well, better they got taken out there than voting Democrat or ending up at Pizzagate. Maybe
Yeah, they're pretty
would've
fucking evil.
lose.
I guess we should figure out how to win.
Okay. Grassroots Hegemon did give me $100 to ask that.
Which, hold on, to talk about bad faith or tormenting, nobody here is saying that we should have a immoral position. We're talking about making jokes. Nobody here is saying that we should like actually murder kids. Nobody here is saying we should actually drown people
right.
or
That's
kill
my
people. We're talking about
position.
making jokes.
That's my position. Yeah, my position is jokes are bad. Good
Then
job,
why, wait, then
Steven.
why are you saying, is our position that we should do anything to win? I don't understand where that position keeps coming from.
It keeps coming
I
from
think
the
Kyla's position is that you are extremely valuable, rather, to the movement,
That's not a
and she
position.
wants to make sure that you're going to have. I mean, that seems to be the bottom line of her position. And I disagree with some of the specific examples. So, for example, with Asmongold, I don't think anything that you've said or done is what pushed him away. I think he's probably afraid to speak to you because you're much smarter than him, and it would be embarrassing.
Absolutely.
Probably couldn't hold his
Absolutely
own.
fucking true.
I think
this person needs to come.
I think that's
Fuck
more
you.
likely what's
Soy
happening.
Pill, fuck you for attacking this
Quite so
queen,
hard.
okay? Fuck you.
You'd let him land softly. I bet you if you knew that, like if you had some social capital with him and he knew that you'd let him land softly for a few times, I bet you he would be more open to talking to you.
You're probably right, and what you just said is exactly the reason why I
Okay. I see what you're doing. All right. I see a little bit of that Jewish side coming out of you, Tally. Okay. Trying to do your little Jewish worming your way inside of Destiny's orbit. I see what you're doing. Okay. I see what you're doing.
I'll never
Red Tally W. No, strategic Tally W.
talk to these people again is because allowing them to land softly over and over and over again and only allowing them to land softly drove me fucking insane. And I will never be a part of that again. Yes.
I don't know what to tell you. You were the one good liberal in their mind view, and I know that you resent that. I know that you think that
It's
was
not
bad.
that I resent it.
but
It's
that's
that when you're the one
No,
good liberal,
that's
it means
a
that they don't view
paradigm
you as a liberal. No, it's not a paradigm shift. They go, I like
Yes,
Destiny
they
because she's
did.
not like
Yes,
other
they
liberals.
did.
Okay.
Yes, they did view you as liberal. I don't know what the fuck to tell you because I get the feedback all the time.
Wait,
Great.
They
But Carla,
absolutely
if he's the one, if he's the one good one, then why would they vote
You know
for
that I
them?
get 100
Destiny,
times more
but
feedback on
Destiny.
my own existence than you get on my existence, right? You who
I
exist
just
in
think
this
you're
community.
collecting the
of
wrong
course,
data. They
I'm not-
absolutely view you as liberal. They just do.
People-
Every single
hold on.
person says that
Wait,
you're
Kyla.
the good liberal. What the
They
fuck
do.
does that
Kyla,
mean? You're not
Kyla.
liberal.
Hold on. When
Kyla.
somebody says,
Hold on.
hold on, no, wait, we can apply this to literally any other thing. When somebody says, this is the
Tally, I wish you best of luck to worm your way into Destiny's orbit. Okay. All right. I would love to watch content of you versus Destiny. Okay.
good woman, this is the good black person, are they saying that like, wow, this is the good minority figure, they must all be like this? Or are they saying this person is exceptional because they're
Best of
so
luck.
dissimilar to the rest of the group?
It
Yeah,
depends
like-
on what
Succeed
your
where I
fucking
fail.
follow-up
Hold on,
is.
hold on,
For example,
wait, you're
what the
right,
fuck are
you're
you
right,
talking about?
you're right.
If your
Wait,
rhetoric,
hold on,
if your entire
hold on.
rhetoric is, I'm not the only one. There's tons of people like me that will make edgy jokes and joke around and talk to you in good faith. Have you ever met my friend Soypill? He's happy to talk to these type of people. All of a sudden, now you're promoting other left
Soypill is
content
nowhere
creators,
near
you're getting
as
us
based
more
as
access,
Destiny.
and you're like growing these sorts of things. So yes, it definitely matters. If you went, for example, and said you're the only good liberal, and you went, yeah, I am, then yeah, I'd say that you're tokenizing yourself and you're being a piece of. But that isn't typically what you're doing. And in fact, what we see is people go, this is one good liberal. And their paradigm has fucking broken because before it was a binary, before this entire thing was a binary. And if there's one good liberal, there can be two.
I don't
Okay,
think that's
so
certainly the feedback,
let
but
me just.
I want to hear from Tali and
Was this camera angle from Erudite? Insecurity. Insecurity. Okay.
then I still got like a. Anyway, Tali, go ahead.
Yeah, listen, you're right, Destiny, that you are being tokenized in those circumstances. They are seeing you as the exception. I don't think it's a fair analogy to compare it to black people or women. These are immutable characteristics as opposed to your worldview, something that you can logic yourself.
Dude. Not so Erudite has as much insecurity as Hassan. Okay. They both have fears of aging. They both have fears. Dude, listen to me. Okay. She's corny. Okay. She's a cornball. All right.
Into or out of, right? So these things are different. But something that maybe to push back a little bit, they do see you as different from the rest, and you are different from a lot
You're
of the rest,
scarfless?
which
I
is
like the
what makes
shirt.
you
The shirt
valuable.
is
And
nice.
and I wish there were more people like you, because then there are more people who are in the sort of
Yeah,
disaffected.
but you didn't
liberal
vote for the
zone
Democrats,
who-
despite Destiny being the one good one. So why does it fucking matter?
He-
That's
What do you
not
mean?
politically effective. We're not winning you over
If more
despite you
people
liking
were like
Destiny.
Destiny, would you have voted for
I'm not,
the?
yes, absolutely. If
All
the left
streamers are
was yes,
insecure?
if the left
Dude, not all insecurity is built are created equal. Okay.
Yeah.
yes, that's why I'm here
was
arguing
less-
that we all need to be making fun of dead kids instead of just me. And then people would stop
No, 'cause it's
hand wringing
not-
about it so
no, that-
much
this is
because then
also
conservatives
what
wouldn't attack the leftover. They'd be like, whoa, those lefties, we're going to make fun of their dead kids even more in the next time there's a disaster because that's what they do
No,
anyway.
so okay. So Destiny. So the whole thing that I said originally that got everyone laughing it up in arms, that I said I like Destiny and Ben Shapiro, right? And people interpreted that as, oh, you like the cruelty, you like that they're both so loud and mean and stuff like that.
What
But that's
other-
actually
what
not the
other
point that I
overlap
was
do
trying
you
to draw. The point that I was trying to draw is that I see both of you as really smart and competent and able to go into any conversation without any type of preparation and completely handle yourself and speak for your side and your perspective. That is what I think it makes you really so particularly valuable. And again, you have the added benefit of not being
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Hey Foodshops, can you please increase the video quality of your stream so I can get a better look at Urjit's inner thighs?
No, I have to concentrate on Path of Exile and lock in, okay? Because I'm a gamer. Thank you so much for the $5 New Zealand dollars. What is that, like $2? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. W. Billy, also number one. Nice profile picture. Okay. The devil's twisting your words. Dude, what? Dude, your glazing, dude. Your glaze of Destiny is crazy. Bro! Dude, this glaze is crazier than my glaze for Destiny, and I suck his dick. Holy cow!
being an annoying woke skull.
That's
that
fine,
really
but just to be
does
clear,
matter.
that's
That
a
type of
unique
interpersonal
that's a
stuff
unique
does
trait.
matter.
It's not very valuable in the current political environment because if I were to ask you to point to other people who are amassing huge value doing that, Republicans don't do that. They don't need to. They haven't really done that. Who in the last? Maybe
Yeah, they don't-
say,
they
like
don't-
Pete
they're not-
Buttigieg
they're not-
does
they're
it, but
not-
I mean, like, what is he politically right now? Like, I mean, like, what?
Sure.
Nobody
So
does this.
Republicans
Is that
aren't
like
vying
that's a
necessarily-
valuable skill set? It's like a wandering
Mushroom.
swordsman in an era of guns. It doesn't matter right now. That's not what is politically
Republicans,
winning
they're
things.
not vying for the same people. But what Kyla said before was true is the vague, the general right, not Republicans, not elected officials or something like this, but the vague general right did give a soft landing spot for people who were questioning and saying things
Tully,
that
I have to
were
ask.
deemed as unacceptable
No,
from
Tully,
within
Tully,
the
Tully,
left.
Tully. Did Ben Shapiro push you
That's
away
just
when he
his
said Arabs like to live in sewage and bomb crap? Did he push you away when he said Trayvon Martin would have been 18 if he hadn't gotten killed? Like, these things don't matter to you. You don't give a shit. You clearly like both of these people anyway. So why is that at all relevant when these people make horrible, awful, dead
Well, Ben Shapiro is Jewish, so that's why she likes him. Okay.
kid jokes? Like, this is not a. Who gives a shit?
Is that a okay? So first of all, I've never listened to either of the things that you're saying right now.
Did Callie
I don't
say
think
you
that
cared about the dead kid joke.
I don't think that Ben Shapiro is a racist person. Much like I don't think that Destiny hates children.
Okay, I need whatever you're smoking. Okay, because whatever you're smoking is insane.
Read his books.
No, I don't think Ben Shapiro is racist.
He wants to pardon Derek Chauvin. Do you know about that?
Is it how many
Okay, does that
how
make
many
him
big
racist?
Republicans? How many big Republicans are hypercritical of Alex Jones for being the Sandy Hook was a fucking staged event guy? And this is like was
and
one
this
of the
is a
most
big
popular
problem
people
that I
to
have,
write.
too. And this is and there are again people in my cohort of people, the disaffected liberals, right, who were wooed by the center right, who are now seeing, oh, the right has some not that obviously Alex Jones is not a new entity here, right, but he has been re-accepted. He has been allowed back into the fold in a way that he really was marginalized previously. And yes, the
Wait,
far
just to be
right,
clear,
the
he was
alt-right,
not
the
marginalized
right,
recently. He was getting destroyed in court. That's why he kind of took a step back for a while.
Sure.
And what was one of the ways to save him? Wasn't it? Am I making this up, or didn't he?
Oh yeah, Tally, I saw the fucking Foodshops mention, okay, that you gave to Wick. Okay, very nice. All right. I'm glad that you let Wick knew that I still existed, okay? I miss Wick, okay? I have a crush on him, obviously.
Elon Musk
I'm here
himself
interacting.
offered to
Hello,
buy
Sam.
InfoWars, or was it another huge right-wing group that offered to buy InfoWars back from the bankruptcy court to give it back to him to allow him to host it? Like, do you like this is all I'm saying, the different standards of like who's allowed on both sides.
But I agree with you, and that's what I'm saying is that, and that will be a turnoff. Again, it just depends on who you're trying to talk to and who you're trying to.
Hold
win
on,
over,
I understand.
because
No,
those
no,
people
I'm just trying to listen. I love you and I appreciate you. Okay, listen, you're a queen. Okay, but the
Ah!
fact that people like Andrew Tate exist over there, the fact that like it's like you're having a conversation with me.
horrifying, disgusting.
No, but it wasn't
you'll
for you.
still
It
maybe
wasn't for
vote
you.
for
No,
them
that's
again?
wait. But the point is that it wasn't for you, right?
No, but it was. It absolutely was. And again,
You still.
Bro, dude, Tally, I bet you like the attention, okay? I bet it does get tiring, but I bet you like the attention, okay? Welcome to, like, what it feels like to be a streamer, okay? I experience this every day.
Voted for him,
it was.
but then it didn't matter that
but
much.
Andrew Tate was not representative of my vote at all.
What? But it wasn't enough to turn you off from it, though. What?
Dude, like, you just don't.
Oh.
Like, what I'm saying
When
is
you
that
guys are done-
Republicans can have like 10 different
Oh,
pieces.
you gotta go.
Andrew Tate was at the
No,
White
once
House.
you're done, I have a question.
No, I'm saying that Republicans can have 10 different pieces on the board, and all of them can be, or like 9 of them can be abhorrent. We're like, well, you know, I'm not voting because of that guy. But then on the left, we're like, we have to play the same piece every single time because somebody might turn off some part of the voter base. It's not the same game. It's ridiculous. And the reality is that you just stop caring about it as much on the left. The right won't attack you as much for it, and no one will give a fuck about it. You move on to the next thing.
So I hear you, but again, this is also like part of the conversation that I was trying to have. Is like this is true in certain segments of the right, and certainly in the alt media sphere. But those were not the people. Again, and I don't want to make it all about me because whatever. There are other people like me voting for similar and similarly different reasons. But the people that I was following, that I was influenced by, they were not Andrew Tate supporters at all. They were among the people who were calling it out. They weren't very right wing people. They were the sort of heterodox centrists.
But are you supporting a president who's motioned for Romania to free Andrew Tate? Like these little quibbles over like what exactly you support at the end of the day doesn't matter.
That's true. I thought that was denied by the administration.
Oh well, if they
You know if that's true?
wait. I don't know. Did they, if they denied it, then they didn't do it because they would never hide any of this.
That would be just absolutely literally despicable. Yes, the man is a rapist.
It wasn't the reason you said that you voted for Trump in 2020 was because of like the woke and like the scolding and
for
the
Trump in
meanness?
2020.
Sorry, 2020. Oh, it was 24. Sorry, I forgot. You're recently stupid. So you voted for him in 2024 because of the.
I'm so, dude. How could you hate? How could you hate this guy? How could you hate Soy Pill? How could you hate Soy Pill, dude? Soy Pill's based. All right, this dude. That's witty. Okay, he's a witty person. Okay, I take back what I said about him not being funny. He's actually pretty funny.
Wokeness and the scolding, but now like this scolding is somehow like also has to exist within the left to make sure we don't tread over some arbitrary line of meanness to other people. Like, is that not what turned you off in the first place?
I'm not concerned about it. I'm not concerned about an arbitrary line of meanness.
Soy Pill, the scolding on the left is, you're a white man, sit down, right? That's a different kind of scolding. They're not the same.
Well, no,
So
wait.
you think-
To be clear, the scolding is also the scolding is also don't be mean to Republicans, right?
Not anymore. Not anymore. You have a lot of Democrats right now. I'm in a minority. I'm in a severe minority.
When has there ever been a cancel campaign on the left driven because
2 years?
Excuse me.
Oh no, aspiring, don't remind me of Soy Pill's bad takes, please. Oh my god. Every single time someone reminds me that he defended Luigi Mangione, I just, like, listen, fuck me, dude. Oh my god. Dude, listen, why can't I just, like, listen, can you just let me, just let me live in my illusion, okay? Please.
Literally, Al Green got censured in Congress for standing up and holding his cane at Trump during the fucking, during Trump's like 68 address.
Republican-controlled Congress, you mean?
He got censured. Democrats joined that vote. They joined
for
that
2
vote.
years after 2016, the whole narrative was these were disaffected poor people. You can't be so mean to them. They're not all racist. They're not all terrible people. And we need to be nicer and reach out to them. Like that was the fucking narrative for like years.
It's not be nicer. It's be curious. And Kyla,
I'm not curious. You've told me you have a dumb opinion. I'm not curious anymore, Tali. I don't care.
You were never curious, and stop pretending that you were. All you do is disingenuous. Okay, fine.
I'm not curious about you because I've heard these stupid opinions before.
Okay, wait, I'm curious. What did Republicans do? Wait, what did Republicans do? After Republicans lost, okay, now I want to be careful because it's really offensive because a lot of Republicans believe they didn't lose the election, but when Republicans lost the 2020 election and then they decided to run the exact same...
It's not offensive to say that Donald Trump lost
when Republicans ran the exact same campaign with the exact same candidate against originally the guy who beat him before, what did Republicans change to win in 2024 to appeal to the moderates and the left? What do they do differently?
Frankly, they were the less cringe, less woke side. That is how
You're speaking in negatives. Tell me what they changed. Did they change anything?
No, yes, I'm speaking in negatives because there were people who voted out of resentment for the left and held their nose to vote for the right, who are not conservatives, who are not MAGA.
And the resentment over what?
The tiniest portion of the population, and that's fine.
The resentment was over what?
Left.
What over what? Over what? The left, like the direction? Is it Zoolander?
The culture on the left.
What is the culture on the left that they were so...
Obviously, they were not...
Come on. Wait, we know this answer, right? You guys aren't it at all. And I'm not saying that you are, but you know what the cringe culture of the left is.
It's what the right shows you. That's the difference. It's what the right shows you. I'm sorry, do you think all these blue-collar workers are being chastised in their real life by their fellow coworkers about you don't think Leah Thomas earned her?
No, they're on their Instagram. They're on their Instagram. If they ever go to college, they're experiencing it there. They're experiencing it in primary and like all through like public school education. And then they're going on their phone and they are seeing it, right? Not just what Republicans want to show them, but leftists are also championing this. You have fought leftists on TikTok. You were canceled in your career. You understand what the cringe is. Now, to be clear, I would argue, and this would be my argument against Tali, is that your principles should matter more than whether somebody is cringe or not. Your principles about what you believe in. Hold on, Tali. That should matter more always than who you vote for. The issue is that that is not true for like 90% of voters. And that's a problem. And so my question to you, Stephen, would be, have you become like more abrasive with some demographics of people because it was making you go insane to be the token liberal, like you said, or because you think the approach will actually be politically effective?
I think the approach to energize your side and to seem like you could actually stand on business for something, which regardless if you realize it or not, that was actually your main complaint with Biden, is that it felt like he wasn't standing on business with stuff. I think that would energize the base more. I think that if Biden, when he had his debate with Trump and he started going senile, and instead at halfway of the debate, he just pushed the, you know what, you're fucking retarded, and he just did that for a half hour, I think he would have had a better performance and people would have voted for him. 100%.
That's substantively, no, you're right. You're correct. But these are not the same thing, right? As when we are not advocating don't go after Trump. We're advocating don't go after Trump voters, especially their children, especially
not even don't go after them.
They went after Paul Pelosi for being the husband of Nancy Pelosi.
Children.
Just
That's what I'm at.
Just be a little bit more effective when you go after them. That's it. That's all we're asking for. I'm not saying don't make edgy jokes. All right.
Don't stop. You're not saying anything right now. I don't know what this means. Just be a little bit more effective when I don't even know what that even means.
You can go ham and go crazy. Like if you're talking to the type of people who are calling into the Dean Withers show, go crazy. Make fun of those people. That's blood sports. That's just feeding each other's bases. These are people who are immovable on both sides, frankly. But yes, you and it's not just to you. People, I think, and frankly, Destiny, I think you're good at this. So I don't know if I share the same.
You have to, dude, this glaze is strategic. This glaze is strategic.
Have criticisms, I guess, but I don't know if I share the same criticisms. I do think that generally you meet people where they're at with their energy. I think that if people are being reasonable and open in good faith, that you're pretty good at that. I agree with Kyla. You clearly, and you talked about this openly on your streams, you built up a resentment of going onto all of these conservative shows and stuff and being nice, and then basically they get to frame it, right? They get to frame the conversation. They get to
can I ask you
feel
something?
No, let Holly finish. Let Holly finish. Go ahead.
Well, no.
She
I'm
hasn't
not gonna let
got
her.
her point.
Well, yeah, because the point is that Tully
It's so funny because Wick literally never lets Tally finish anything. So it's extra funny. Sorry.
doesn't have principles, and the reason that I met you at the point of, how do I convert you?
Is that what you get from Holly? Is that she doesn't have principles?
Yes, she literally, because she understood January 6th, she understood all the damage that Trump did, and after all that, what policy am I going to demonstrate to Tolly that, oh, this is why you should vote for the Democrats? Look at these hurt people. Look at all these people. No, actually, it's vibes and cringe. So why the should I waste any time? It's completely pointless. That's the point.
Yep. Once again, I don't know how many times I should reiterate that I don't think that the Democratic Party apparatus needs to be vying for my vote or anything like this. Okay,
but then you agree that I should be mean to you because it's pointless to try to convince you?
Just don't be a condescending prick, because maybe Tally won't ever change your mind. Well, maybe Tally won't change her mind, but maybe a whole bunch of people that would otherwise potentially be warm towards the left is going to get turned off because you're being so smug, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of food.
Well, what about your smugness, Kyla? Is your smugness turning them off?
For
You're being very smug right now.
watch the way that Steven has talked to Tally this whole time and the way that you've talked to both me and Tally.
Good,
They're
classic,
just
good
different.
cop, bad cop.
Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Dude. What? What are you talking about? Like, dude, Destiny is crazy sometimes. What are you talking about?
Routine. It's how you get
It's
all the
not.
information
It's
out
not. Everyone finds you detestable when you do it, which is why people hate the
I
out of
find
Dean
you
Withers
very
except
smug
for his
right
own
now,
base.
and it's very.
I'm not being smug. You can just use the word.
Bro, I just wish, dude, can not so I just stop being a mom for like 2 seconds, please?
You're literally
I'm
above
being
me in the
aggressive and
Discord
mean.
call.
This is not the same thing as being smug.
This
Smug
isn't
is sitting
convincing me.
back
It's
and
not working.
smiling and thinking that you're smarter
Oh
and then
my
talking down
God.
to people. I'm being aggressive and rude to you. These are not the same thing. And in the case of Steven, when he's been talking to Tally, he has also mostly been meeting her energy and couching a fair bit of his language to try to understand her. I'm not saying
Steven,
that
I
you
think you're
don't get
wasting your
to
time.
I'm not saying that you don't get to go shut the f- up. I'm not saying that you don't get to go gloves off on people. I'm not saying that you don't get to go scorched earth. My criticism to Steven is he's too quick with it and he loses opportunities to go into these spaces where he would be even more effective. That's my criticism. It's not
If you
don't
had a
make fucking
doctor's
edgy
appointment
jokes.
and someone was standing in front of the door and wasted your time for 2 hours, would you
I
yell
don't
at
hear his
him?
voice right now. I don't want to hear his voice right now.
This
This is how. This is. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'm gonna
I've been
pick up on the
nothing but
abandoning
good
your
faith
morals
to you,
and
and I have been aggressive and rude. That's what I've been to you, Soy Pill.
Okay, but that's fine.
You're yes.
I think
Yes!
part of the reason that I
Because I think a lot of people, a lot of my chat right now is saying you're kind of turning them off. They don't